and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
Hi, I'm Judy Black, author of primarily Dungeons & Dragons modules. My latest one is called Short and Sweet, and, much like me. And it is a gentle, punny, silly introductory festival for players new to D&D. Runs through the mechanics with festival games, and then you fight a giant lava cake. Lots of fun. It's available on the DMs Guild. I also have a Patreon where I am now doing monsters every Monday that I am making myself, so you get homebrewed monsters every Monday for $1. Not too shabby.
Okay, I guess that's me. I am the one, the only, the R.E. Carr, and I write books. Unfortunately, my latest release I share with the one, the only, Rick Gualtieri. You can find Deviant Dark Dryads, False Icons Book 4, out now.
Hi, I'm Teresa Glover, and I'm the author of the Caitlin Kelly Monster Hunter series with Falstaff Books, and I'm also an editor at Falstaff Books. John and I will have a book coming up soon about selling at conventions. Yes! And in this game, I am playing Trincarin Vine Tangler.
Hey everyone, my name is Rick Gualtieri, and I will be playing Moog Face Eater. In real life, I write several series, including one with R.E. Carr, Deviant Dark Dryads, available wherever fine ebooks are sold, as long as it's Amazon. Go check it out.
So, hey y'all, I'm Misty Massey. I'm the author of the Mad Kestrel series of pirate fantasy adventures on the high seas, including the recent 2023 Palmetto Scribe Award-winning novel, Kestrel's Dance. You can get yourself a copy on Amazon. I today, however, will not be playing a pirate. Really close, though. I'm going to be playing Anwer Crow, a thief of some renown. Just watch and see.
Hi there, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing Drew Hayes. No, wait. I will be running this, whatever this is going to be, this festival of foolishness, this scintillating saga of serious storytelling, this quest for competence. In real life, I write multiple series, including Bubba the Monster Hunter, The Black Knight Chronicles, and Quincy Harker Demon Hunter. And my most recent release, Wampus Rumpus, the next Bubba the Monster Hunter novella, will be coming out very soon from Falstaff Books. So this is a brand new show for us, so let's make sure we know who everyone is playing. So, Judy, what's your character's name?
You may recognize my character from the Calamity Janes. The lovely Gigi, much like her necromantic powers, is back. So I am a tiefling necromancer. So I got Fireball and Raise the Dead, and I love to use them together.
All right. Ari?
Oh boy. So I decided that I was going to task myself with having a 14-syllable long name. Please don't ever make me say this again. But I am Aruda Hilda Mington Fontina Fortuna Abachi Swington. Please call me Hilda. And I'm actually a mysterious lady of nature. I am a druid. And a half-orc.
Probably slightly less stoned than the druids I'm accustomed to playing with. Slightly.
Oh, wait till you find out more.
All right. We don't have anything from last we left our heroes. But before we find out where they're starting, have you gotten your tickets to Authors and Dragons Con yet? If you want to see this group of miscreants live and in person in Portland, Oregon this August, you need to head over to authorsanddragons.com, click on the button for A&D Con, and get your tickets and reserve your hotel room now. Because we'd love to see us as we do this live. And you can watch and determine for yourself whether our quest for competence is at all fruitful. Spoiler alert, probably not. This is not an unfamiliar way to start a campaign, and it's certainly not unfamiliar to our characters. All of you awaken in jail again. All of your equipment has been removed. You are dressed in your normal clothing, whatever you were wearing under whatever armor you had on. If that was nothing, then they loaned you something. There are no sorcerers in this campaign. You are not showing off your wonder to the guards.
But how must one not commune with nature without being close to being natural oneself?
The fact that you're in a jail by itself means that you're not going to be communing with nature because you're already
But there is
in a
nature
city.
all around us. There is fungus. There is mold. There is certainly something crawling in the corner of this cell. So I would argue that you cannot define that this is not in some way nature.
I mean, I've got essential oils to repel the things crawling around. Like, I can make you up a blend if you don't have anything for that.
Why would you want to
You, I
repel
want to be
nature?
friends with.
Okay.
I would like the crawly things repelled, please.
I will wear the plant-based trappings acceptable for one of my station.
I'm just laughing at the thought of wearing armor. Oh my god, can you imagine?
The horror.
Oh my god!
So
that would
are
be
this
a whole new experience for Gigi and for Judy.
Horrible. Yeah, horrible.
are we locked into individual cells, or can we like see each other and stuff?
Well, let's start by telling me what you would like to do. You wake up on a cot in a cell.
Did they take my pamphlets and other motivational materials?
You have nothing but your clothing.
I knew I should have
But I
stopped after
still
the
have my
second
wit.
bottle of rosé.
I have my clothing and a headache.
How big are the bars on the door?
About 6 inches apart.
So wider than a rat skull?
Perhaps wider than a mouse's skull, I hope.
Yeah. Well, not every rat is your giant city variety. I'm talking just like a little, like, modest rat.
How about modest mouse? No
Okay,
way.
modest
That's
mouse
different.
would be excellent.
All right.
I would like to look and see if I can see a guard and some keys, because I don't need components. I could cast Mage Hand and gently float a little spectral hand over there and biggity-boobity my way out of here.
Move over to the bars of the cage and roll me a perception check. No, don't roll me a
Oh.
perception check. There are 2 guards standing outside your cell. You can see him plainly.
Okay,
You're not an abject idiot
not yet.
yet.
Okay.
All right.
So
Any
yes,
sign of keys?
not now. For that, you will have to roll me perception.
Yeah! Kicking off strong with a 5.
You cannot see any keys anywhere on the guards and are not really sure you remember what a key looks like.
Shouldn't have had beer.
I'm inspecting the lock on my door. Is there a lock on my door?
The door is locked, and you can see the backside of it, which is a blank steel plate.
But I can reach around. I'm good at the reach around.
That's admirable. And yes, you can reach around and fiddle with the lock, and you feel a keyhole. You can't feel anything inside. But it feels relatively well maintained. There aren't tons of rust flaking off on your hands. So it's generally okay. The lock feels like it feels sturdy.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All right. For those of you across the hall, you see one of the other prisoners wander over to his bars. He's a dashingly handsome elf with long, flowing, grayish-white hair,
Obviously
there's an
Disney.
elf boy.
and
There's
he puts his face up against the bars. Says, "Guards, come here."
Aren't you the one they call Face Eater?
Yes, come here so that Moog may strangle you and then copulate with your corpse.
I have never been so aroused in a jail cell. I think I'm going to turn into a modest mouse.
Curiously, I am unaroused.
The guard thinks about that for a second and says, I don't know what copulate means, but I'm not interested in being a corpse, so that's going to be a no from me, Bob.
Okay,
Bob?
so I'm gonna reach through the bars and go, yoo-hoo, yoo-hoo, Mr. Guard,
What?
come here.
No.
Oh, come on, please.
This isn't my first day.
I told you I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. I've been wrongly accused, and I need you to go and talk to your boss, whoever that is, and get him in here so that I can tell him again that this is all a misunderstanding.
Look, you guys just hang out, behave, and you'll all be brought before Lord Veronin before too long. If you'll just be patient, he's gonna see you all. He's got plans for all of you.
Well, I mean, I have plans for you. I mean, I've got these essential oils that would just definitely help with your complexion, because I can see from even over here that you have little spots and I know that they hurt. So just come here. I'll give you the essential oil package that I've made up, and then you can go get your boss and he can come and let me out, because this is not my fault. I don't belong here.
Lady, we literally took everything you own except your clothes. If you have any essential oils on you, I don't want to know where they came from, and I sure ain't rubbing them on my skin. So, no.
I can show you an interesting way to use essential oils. Run, get them. I'll show you.
You know, I think I'm okay staying in this jail cell, actually. I was going to try and, escape, but honestly, I don't know what's happening out there, and I don't want to. Thank you for doing your job, guards. You're wonderful. Mwah, mwah.
Guard, let Moog out, or Moog will find you. Moog will find your family. Moog will find your pets.
Moog will shut the hell up.
Luke, sweetie, I think you need some anger management, because it's not healthy for you to be that mad all the time.
I agree.
She is white.
Person next door, shut up, or Moog find you too.
Moog will find me? Then what?
All of the guards, as one, take little balls of wax from pouches on their belts and jam those balls of wax into their ears, effectively canceling out any attempts at persuasion you may be making.
Does it make it easier for a mouse to slip out of the cage? Since they can't hear?
Mice don't make a whole lot of noise when they run most of the time, but probably. Sure.
What are these other idiots like? I'm sorry, I am assuming, but they are all in jail.
I'm sorry, are you referring to me?
No, I'm just... Oh, sorry, squeak! Just a mouse.
Nah, you're still in your two-legged form for now.
Oh, I want to wild shape, please. Into a mouse.
You attempt to wild shape.
Yes, I do.
You do not.
This is annoying.
Yes, unfortunately they usually have anti-magic barriers around these because, like me, I don't actually need very many things to cast a spell. I could light this whole place on fire right now with just a few gestures and words. So they usually are like, no magic zone. So unfortunately, whatever you're trying to do, it's not going to work. But good effort. A+, yes.
Are you just insufferable, or are you French?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hot face eating guy.
Listen to Horn Woman, half-face orc. No magic here, otherwise Moog would be surrounded by bodies.
We have got to talk later. Did you actually eat people's faces? Because do you know the amount of saturated fat that's in animal products? Have you ever considered
Moog
switching to a
kills
plant-based
enemies.
diet?
Moog eats enemies. Moog shits them out and eats them again.
Meat isn't organic.
Well, at least that's recycling.
I'm trying to gesture to the guard for wax.
Meat isn't organic. You
Please,
two sound
leave
like
the
a
wax
lovely
in
couple.
my-
Yeah, could I have some of the wax, please?
Roll
Since I
persuasion.
can't escape.
Each of you who
I'll
want
try.
wax, roll persuasion.
Hey! 18!
The guard takes 2 little balls of wax out of his pouch, rolls them across the floor.
Yeah, I'm apparently not very persuasive today on account of being annoyed that they took my pamphlet, so...
I will blow a kiss.
So with a 4, the guard that is nearest your cell, Hilda, the guard that is nearest your cell just stares at you and no.
Is it because I told you that lentils were better than pork? Because they are.
No, it's because I used all the wax in my own ears. And he jams his finger in his ear deeper to try and block out more of the sound.
You really shouldn't put anything in your ear canal that's bigger than your finger. It's not healthy.
That is true. You could permanently damage.
Moog will
your
jam
ear.
things in your ears. Jam them till they go all the way through.
And Onware, you have rolled a nat 20 on persuasion, so the nearest guard to your cell, ping yourself. You're this purple one, right?
Yeah.
This guard moves closer. He stays out of arm's reach
That's fine.
because, again, not an idiot. And he tosses a ball of wax to you that looks like it's large enough to divide into
Into 2.
2 earplugs.
I catch it? Or do I catch
All
it?
right. If you don't, you can pick it up.
Okay.
It's not going to go very
Thank
far.
you so much.
It is just a glob of wax.
Yeah, I just slip it in my pocket.
He-
I'm not worried about the sound, but I figured it might be useful down the road, so.
All right, you have a ball of wax.
Yay.
It smells a little,
I'm sure.
but you know, you're in a jail. Most things smell a little.
Probably from the suffering of the bees that had to make that.
I don't think that wax came from a bee. But you go ahead thinking that.
Yes, much suffering.
Alrighty. After a while, the doors at the end of the hall open up, and a stocky dwarf comes in, looks around, nods to the guards, says, "Bring them up." And the guards come over to your cell and unlock the doors.
Merci!
How much better. Thank you.
Well, it's about time.
You'd have more energy if you switched to a plant-based diet. That's all I'm going to say on the matter since you took my pamphlets.
Now doors unlocked. We kill all.
Hey, sexy face eater boy. Can you lower it just a little bit until we're, like, properly geared for killing and stuff?
Moog has hands.
I have a feeling he's always properly geared.
Yes, but it's messy.
Eyes with hands.
You're welcome to tie, I will watch.
Rip out tongues with hands.
Moog, would that be efficient, though? Think about how much more ripping and murdering and killing and maiming you could do if you could just wait a little bit until the rest of us are out of these cells.
Half-face orc, speak very fancy.
Yes, because I have studied the ways of killing people efficiently. I can teach you if you like.
Can we please go like a little faster?
Yeah, we can go.
I'm not talking, not to you, I'm talking to the god. You two, dude, you
The guard,
I don't want to interrupt the young love.
the guard just gestures towards the door.
Well, I can't move my token, so Gigi is in jail forever.
Yeah.
I was trying to move it on another screen. I am now on the correct screen to move my token.
Yeah. I
But
saw
now-
that.
Now you
I'm
can
free.
move. You are free. Yeah, you hadn't logged into the campaign when I
Yeah,
when
my
I
bad.
set that up earlier today. Episode 1, tech problems. Still better than Bevan in year 5.
Yeah, his tech is just cursed, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, the jail may have an anti-magic barrier. Bob has an anti-technology barrier. He's like Harry Dresden. Pretty much.
That is true. Legit. All right.
Okay. Hey, does anyone want to do anything before you follow the dwarf out the door?
Following the dwarf out the door.
Survive the face-eating weirdo.
That may be a perennial desire, Hilda.
What can I say? If you'd read my background, you would know my feeling about elf boys.
Yeah.
Lead way, tiny beard dwarf.
All right. Follow me.
I'll just give a little curtsy to the guards. Say, see you again soon. Mwah.
Thanks, guys. And don't forget, we have a meeting next Thursday.
When Moog gets orphan splitter back. Moog will make you all pay.
And tell the guard as I pass by, I told you this wasn't my fault. I told you this wasn't my fault.
The dwarf leads you up a narrow staircase and down a long hallway to... Dun, 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 dun.
You can have more than one map in a game?
You can.
It's madness. It's
Weird,
madness,
isn't
I
it?
say.
All right. You enter
Another map.
a large room. It looks kind of like a throne room.
I know.
You know what makes it look like a throne room?
The throne?
The big throne?
Throne at one end of the room.
Who'da thunk it?
There is a dark-skinned man in very expensive attire standing before the throne, and your dwarven escort motions for you to wait by the door and walks up to stand next to this obviously important personage.
Is this person a human?
This person is indeed a human.
Do they smell nice?
He's over 50 feet away. So you're going to have to roll perception to see if you can smell him from there.
I mean, you know what I mean by does he smell nice, right?
You know what I mean by he's 50 feet away, right?
I do.
You would think
I
that
don't
as often
care.
as they do this, that they should be far more efficient than this, and we should be out already.
I smell humans good.
Yes, you do smell humans good. From somewhere on that side of the room, you smell leather and
Ooh.
rust and
Ugh.
oil for chainmail and swords. You smell flatulence. The flatulence is centered over on this side of the room, notably around that guard. You smell mead, lots of mead.
Mead? Mead?
Mead.
Yes, lead me.
And tasty man flesh?
Mm.
And you do smell someone that smells clean.
Ooh.
Okay.
Remember my beans, remember my lentils, remember the glorious joys of kale.
Ew.
Ah! The man steps forward to stand conspicuously directly between two guards.
I didn't say I was subtly smelling him.
No, you didn't. You may approach.
Well, it's about time. I told you all that this was not my fault.
I didn't say you may speak.
Moog does not like you.
Moog.
Lord
Wait.
Aloysius Veronin does not give a shit what Moog likes. Now, I believe some introductions are in order. As I mentioned, I am Lord Aloysius Veronin. I am the mayor of Alberic, and I am in need of a band of worthy adventurers. Barring the presence of worthy adventurers, I have selected you lot in their stead.
Joy.
You have all committed various offenses
I was
that
not
would
offensive.
normally result in a minimum of 2 to 4 weeks residence in our dungeon. Some of you,
Promises.
he is looking very specifically at Anwir, some of you have stepped on the wrong side of the law for not the first time, shall we say.
You know, it's a job.
This is a thumb removing offense in your case.
No. This I'm not
What do you do with the thumb?
nothing. I'm not in for stealing anything. We were entirely consenting.
I am willing to offer you an alternative. If you choose to undertake a mission for myself, for the goodness of the city, I am willing to drop all charges against you, pardon any past offenses, and grant a certain level of immunity for future crimes that may be performed in the commission of your duties.
In other words, we'll be privateers.
So, Moog work for you? Moog kill people? For free? Moog like.
That is, in short, exactly what I'm saying, Mr. Moog.
Moog
But-
Face Eater, son of Gnarl Gut Splitter, son of Mark Testicle Crusher.
I've heard of him.
That's awfully specific.
How descriptive. Do you eat anything else, or will we be required to provide faces for you to consume in the performance of your work for the city?
Moog leads in. Fancy human, not smart. It just name. Faces too chewy.
It is
Duh.
true. You have to braise them for hours. I mean, in theory.
He looks a little disturbed.
You two,
But-
wow.
What are you talking about? Have I told you about the wonders of a plant-based diet?
Why don't you tell me a little about yourselves so that I may tailor the equipment that we will provide you with to your specific needs? Mr. Face Eater, what exactly do you do other than eat? And from what George the bailiff, he points towards the dwarf, from what George was telling me, you copulate with corpses.
When corpses deserve it.
They never deserve.
Moog, mighty warrior, raised to be berserker. But then Moog die, and Moog brought back. Now Moog learn magic, so that Moog can get revenge on enemies. In most violent way possible.
I see. All right. He turns back to George and says, fighter. George just gives him a nod.
That what Moog say?
And you, he points towards Anwir. Who are you, thief? And what do you bring to the table, as it were?
I am searching for joy in every day of my life. I love to play games. I love to drink and sing in the pubs and occasionally go home with someone attractive and completely consenting, of course, as in my case, this was completely consenting, and I can't help it that the bartender's son was so attracted to me. But we were completely consenting, and we were just having fun. And I don't really understand why he felt the need to bring charges, but some parents are like that. It's heartbreaking, really.
I think perhaps the fact that every piece of jewelry in the house was missing when you left might have more to do with the charges than the your liaison with his son.
Did you find the jewelry on me? You have all my things.
No, we did not. And that is why you are still in possession of your thumbs.
I do like my thumbs. They're
And
very
you have-
useful.
Yes, they are. I believe that it strongly limits your drinking when you have to hold your mug with flippers.
Yes, I much prefer one-handed drinking. So, like, I can show you that mead that I smell over there. That smells really nice.
George kind of blushes and says, that was, I could have sworn I had a mint or something. Jeez.
Shucks.
Mm. So he looks to Gigi. And what exactly are you?
I am a necromancer. I practice magic. I can also do several of the other schools, but my primary school of study was necromancy. So wizard.
Wizard.
I don't want to give you more information. Yes, wizard.
Wizard. Okay. I see. He turns back to George. Really? This is the best we've got. George just kind of shrugs, which is far noisier while wearing full plate than you would expect. But ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung. You, tall one that's talking about plant. What? What are you? What?
I know you know who I am, okay? This is not my first time here, and I will continue to come forth and preach about the wonders of truth and peace and nature and never letting an animal suffer, because those who make animals suffer deserve to die. Look, you know me as Hilda Swington, and perhaps may have also known me as Lithathquea, daughter of the Woodland Circle. Yes, that Woodland Circle. But I have switched to an entirely plant-based diet for obvious reasons. And I will do anything in my power to protect life, even if I have to kill everyone in my way. I'm working on myself, okay? I have gone through a lot of clerical therapy. And I think I'm making a breakthrough.
Every single guard and the mayor has taken a step back as Hilda has been talking, because yes, they are very familiar with your particular druidic circle.
Yes, and I am that green-skinned. Yes, I know I am known as the Butcher of 1,000 Fields, Scourge of the South, and the person who, well, yes, you know.
Yes, I believe also you have been referred to as the mauler of McCannaville. I believe you were also known as
Yes.
the roaster of Rolandis.
To be fair, we actually braised most of Rolandis, but roaster sounded better because of the alliteration.
And you had me in jail?
Moog respect going up.
George is nodding as you're saying all this. He's like,
Yes, and my mother would probably be very grateful if I did some more community service and improved the reputation of the Woodland Circle. So I am sticking very religiously to my plant-based diet.
see that you do.
Of course.
He turns to George. No jerky in the trail rations. George looks stricken but nods. And now, at last, he turns to Trinkaran. And who might you be?
Trinkaran first is going to pat her on the back and say, "Good job, sweetie. Therapy's a good choice for you. Also, stay organic in that plant-based diet." Allie, honey, have you had a chance to try out that sample kit that I gave you? Have you decided if you're going to join the group? Because I mean, even if you join and you decide not to sell those oils yourself, you can still get a significant discount. And if you really need to make additional money, you can recruit other people to help you sell and to make your team the best it can be.
I have been considering it, and
You're looking a little sallow. It looks like you might need some more.
I mean, I just had a treatment last night. I thought I'd be okay. But
Which one are
I've
you
been
using?
talking
What order are
to-
you
I've
using
been-
them in?
he gives himself a little shake. Says, "Wait, no, that's not what we're here for. This is not about essential oils." Also,
Okay, honey. Well, when we'll have a little session and I'll help you out.
thanks. But you're also facing multiple fraud charges brought upon you by many of the founding mothers of the town. Thus, it was felt.
Like I said, this is a misunderstanding. Any corporation is triangularly shaped. It doesn't really matter about the shape of it if we're all working together towards the same goal to make money. And I want to help you succeed and live a better life through essential oils. And then, once we get you going with that, I'll make sure that my friends from the Silver Flame can come and talk to you as well, because we need to approach your life in a holistic way.
Merde.
And they call me a thief.
Is there an essential oil to
I'm-
make me forget this conversation?
Look, I'm here for it, but they pay my salary. So
Okay.
just go along with it, and
Okay,
we'll
we'll
work
chat
it out
later.
later, okay?
Okay. Sounds good, babe.
Now, given your current standing within the town, I believe that it would be best if you traveled with these other miscreants to aid them in the quest I may bestow upon you.
And she's going to turn around and look up at all of them because she's a halfling. And she's going to nod. She's like, yeah, they definitely need my help.
I'd be delighted to talk to you about oils, although I don't think I want to use them for the reason that you want me to use them. But, we can talk later, so.
I mean, we have other groups for that.
These are plant-based oils, are they not?
Ooh, do
Absolutely. They
Now-
are vegan. They
Oh, dear God.
They are gluten-free. They are organic. They are the best thing that you can add to your diet today.
Oh, dear God.
So what is this quest? What are we doing? I am very far away because I want to not be a part of this, but what are we doing?
I need you. First, I need all of you to take a step back. You're very strange, and
That's not how you greet royalty or, someone who is above you in society.
You're right, it's not. And yet, here we are.
You did pull it out of prison, to be honest, so I don't know what you expected.
I expected not to talk about eating faces and copulating with corpses.
To be
This is-
fair, Faces are actually not really edible. Can we move past that?
No.
Just
And
speaking.
Face is edible, just not taste good.
and I didn't talk about any of
don't
that.
know
So
that we. Anyway,
So yeah, this quest. Yes,
Yes,
what are we
yes,
doing? Please,
yes,
for the
quest
love of
thing.
God, give us the quest.
my daughter has been afflicted by a foul spell that can only be broken with the gem of Fumarsh. I need you to find it. It is set in a brilliant platinum amulet, and it is said to be able to cure even the most vile disease or dispel the most powerful magic. She seems to have been poisoned in some way. She sleeps and cannot be awakened by clerical magic, by wizards, warlocks, sorcerers, the Fae. No one has been able to help. We sent for the sages at Candlekeep, and they replied that only the gem of Fumarsh can break what evil power holds my dearest Rosalind in slumber.
Moog, have a question.
Yes, Moog?
So daughter not wake up no matter who try?
Yes.
So have you considered just burying daughter? Could sound like she did.
Have you tried cleansing her aura with some quartz and amethyst and lay a moonstone or two on her chest and
I'm
put
with
some
the red lady. Where's the damn gem, and where do we go so we can be past this?
so rude.
really, it just sounds to me like she's a teenager.
I have anointed her with every oil in your catalog, and I have
know, but-
arranged crystals in every pattern you taught me, and nothing has worked. And as far as we know, hold on, I gotta look at my notes.
Dramatic pause.
Dramatic
Bated breath.
pause. The last sighting we had of the gem, or anyone with knowledge of the gem, was in the town of Andurin, which rests 3 days' ride east of here.
I
Right?
haven't killed anyone there, thank goodness.
Ride.
Horses?
Unless you prefer to ride.
Don't start
something
that. Don't finish
else.
that sentence. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Back in Eye Gouger clan, when warrior not wake up, we pour oil on them too. Then we set
And-
them on fire.
We are
And
not,
if they not get up,
we
that
are
answer
not
question.
setting my daughter on fire.
but would answer question. Sound like she did.
That's not how you use incense, sweetie. You get the
Out
little
of
cones or you
curiosity,
get the
if she
sticks
doesn't
or-
wake up, what is happening to her body? Just purely academic question.
She will be interred in the royal crypt with all of the other deceased members of our family, and do not ask me any other questions that will make me think that you want to eat my daughter's corpse.
Please.
No.
I would certainly not eat your daughter's corpse.
So daughter's corpse. So you agree that she did.
It was worth it. I can't help it. I have not moved beyond my sarcasm phase, despite my therapy. All right, so we need to go east. Are you providing horses and equipment? Good, sir.
He is, unless we irritate him some more.
And I won't eat your daughter until she's dead.
We will, in fact, provide you with horses. And we will, in fact, return all of your equipment to you,
Hallelujah.
including your sample kit. He looks
Thank you.
at Trinkarn. Karen. And I have also we have also raided the royal armory for some additional weapons which we feel may be of use to you.
Moog listening.
He gestures off to one side, and George heads over to these doors on the side of the room, opens one up and says, "Bring in the stuff."
Okay, those are sexy words.
Don't
George
go
looks
breaking
over
my
at you.
oils there, George.
I'm a sexy beast. This is just,
You know, I've never had a dwarf before.
I mean, I've had a druid or two, but y'all can get into some funky stuff. That wild shape. I'm here for it.
I'm not sure her hat is the same as your hat.
Have you ever done the one by the edge of the water, if you know what I mean? Good times. I like you, dwarf.
Good thing, 'cause you're going to be stuck with me for a while, lady. The mayor clears his throat. Oh, yes, George will be accompanying you as my emissary and your guarantee of good behavior.
Define good.
George gets to define that good.
I'll set you down by a pond, George.
A row of porters come in, bearing all of your equipment, and in addition to that, one comes in with a small chest. He walks over to the mayor, and the mayor takes the chest and opens it. He reaches inside and hands a gem-encrusted rod. He holds it up, and George comes back over and takes that. Then he holds the open chest out in your direction. Before you may begin this quest, I'm going to need some guarantees of your good behavior. Please put these on. Inside the chest are about 8 different bangles. They look big, especially for Trincarin, but those of you with knowledge arcana trained could roll a check to see if you had any idea what they were.
Who rolls a 12?
23.
16.
All right. Anwar and Gigi, you recognize these as bracelets of detonation.
Kinky.
They're frequently used on prisoners, and kind of like golems, they work with a control rod. And if the trigger word is uttered while someone is wearing the bracelet of detonation, whatever's attached to them usually blows up.
And
Now, please put these on.
Moo can respect this. I'll just slap it on.
I probably deserve this.
It sizes perfectly to fit your arm.
I choose
Yes.
one that matches my outfit.
This makes Moog happy. Moog will either find success or will drown forever in the cauldron of mighty Anjarak in the afterlife.
Please stop. I have to actually do work here, sexy.
At least it's silver and it's not going to clash with my stones.
You'll notice that as you grip the bracelet, before you even put it on, it does change color to match perfectly whatever you are wearing.
How wonderful.
It doesn't clash with the green.
I used one of your crystals, Trincarin. That's kind of a new thing for the black bracelets of detonation. What do you think?
Well done, well done. I'll give you some notes afterwards just to let you
Thanks.
improve, but
Moog have important question.
Yes,
So-
Moog.
What happened if Moog gnaws off own arm?
Then I suppose I don't have to worry about blowing up your arm. But
You know, I've always wanted to try if mending would work on a detached arm, because at that point it's technically a non-magical item.
feel free to try any of these, but if you do chew off your own arm, understand that George will likely detonate the bracelets on all of your friends as well.
Wait, Moog have other question. Why Moog care?
Moog does not care.
He's not my friend.
But perhaps
That's not
some
it.
of your friends will
I think
care.
you're overreacting.
Your question, Druid?
Oh no, it was that he didn't care. If we gnaw off his arm, though, do we all explode or just him?
I will leave that to George's discretion.
Okay. Thank you
George
for clarifying.
definitely has a look on his face that says he is really anxious to try out the command word. He's like pressing on the gems on the rod. He's grinning. He's like a little kid with a new toy.
Stop that. Just stop.
I will remember to commune with healing word tonight.
George, honey.
Moog's uncle, Grunt Hobbit Smasher, had no arms and no legs, and was still fierce warrior.
Is he still alive?
No.
So,
All right, what else is in the non-bangle of blow up?
all of your
Chest.
gear
Mm.
plus each of your primary weapons seem to have been slightly improved by their time in the city lockup, as does your armor. Your armor fits more perfectly. It's a little cleaner than normal. And
I like clean.
for those of you that did not have armor, he says, it's going to be a dangerous road, little tiefling. You should take this. And he hands you a cloak that fairly ripples with magical energy.
So, what are the benefits of these other than being cleaner?
They're all +1.
All right, so armor and weapon?
Armor and your primary weapon.
Primary weapon, gotcha.
Out of character, but still for both the party and our friends at home. I've turned off encumbrance on all your character sheets. We're not counting encumbrance, and I'm not
Thank
counting
you.
ammunition.
Thank you.
So I'm not going to let you carry just random. You can't steal infinite weight of stuff, but I'm also not going to try to pay attention to the weight of coins. And also, you're not going to run out of arrows or bolts.
Or my satchel of crystals.
Yes. But if you choose to use things like hand axes, javelins, or spears as thrown weapons, those you need to keep count of.
Okay.
Because that's kind of a normal behavior of throwing away your only weapon is dumb. But yes, you have plenty of ammunition forever. All right. If you're all geared up and ready to go, does anyone have anything they would like to ask the mayor? Anything else they would like to say, do before you head out?
I am just gonna double check that all of my stuff is actually there.
If we do badly, this isn't going to be told to my parents, is it? Because that might get you all killed.
I'm not going anywhere near your clan under any circumstances without an entire army behind me. So
You know what happened to the last army that tried that, right?
yes,
Okay.
I did.
I wanted to prevent a misunderstanding because my
That was
therapist
not a
said,
misunderstanding. That was a barbecue.
actually, yes, it was. There was some slow cooking.
Yes,
That sounds
I
like
know.
a mukbang.
They sent me legs,
That was considered a gift.
fried soldier legs.
Well, next time, ask for them to be grilled. Sheesh. I mean, or lentils. Lentils are also a wonderful source of protein.
You remind me of a song
really
I
like
heard in the
lentils.
pub about a warrior named Amos Moses who lived in a swamp.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
with
thought
the
it was
lentils,
made
if
up.
you add just enough mushrooms, you get that savory umami.
It's true, I do love umami, but we should probably not talk about cooking. We should probably go get a gem because otherwise we're going to be stuck together for a long time. And do you really want to be around if I start getting hangry?
Honey, it's okay. I'm trained in therapy. I can help you out. I can help you meditate. We'll get you some crystals. We'll get you some calming essential oils. We'll get you right before we get back home.
George starts walking like a tour guide, except instead of holding an umbrella, he's holding the rod that will blow your arms off. Come along, little ducklings, let's go. We've got a gem to steal and a princess to wake up.
Is she technically a princess if she is the daughter of the mayor?
Not really, but the mayor likes to call her a princess.
That's fine. That's a term of endearment. It's very sweet.
Yeah, I tried. I spent a week in the dungeon myself after that one. Why do you think I'm stuck going with you idiots?
I'm sorry.
Trinkarin will just blow the mayor
Me
a kiss
too.
and wave and wink at him.
Let us go find Fancy Rock, and then laugh as dead daughter does not wake.
Hey, at least then you have snacks. I mean, purpose.
We need to talk about the
We need to talk about consent a lot. So
Okay, I want either the fastest horse or the slowest horse because I don't want to be in the middle. Please.
George the bailiff looks at you, nods, and says, "You know, it was the first time I've ever been with a bunch where the necromancer's one of the least creepy people in the party."
I am perfectly normal. I am honestly I am very chill.
You know,
Yes.
there's several demonic members of my birth family.
Oh, I'm quite sure we are a very diverse group in our interest, and the teeth that tiefling are born with is meant for the carnivores. They are sharp teeth for ripping and tearing, so I'm not surprised. But we are going to walk, and we are going to get on beautiful horses, and we are going to enjoy the scenery, and we are going to go find our ruby, and
Fish in my bag. I'll find you some. I
voila.
will find you some grapefruit oils, and that's great for curbing cravings, and also some peppermint. Not only that peppermint will help keep you calm. You won't be craving anything, and we'll be fine. Everything will be fine. And then
you
we'll
know what's
meditate
really
later, and
good
you'll
for
feel better.
cravings? Really good for cravings, mead. Or ale. Or,
You know what's
mixed
really
together.
good for cravings? Explosions.
Fine.
Sleep with one eye open, dwarf, for Moog does not sleep.
You don't,
That's
do
true.
you? Sorry.
If I'd
Just
have known it was going to get me in this much trouble, I would have just deserted instead of trying to make out with the sleeping chick. Jeez. Next time,
really?
I'm going to pay attention to consent, I promise. And with that,
Good, that is good, yes.
And with that, George opens the doors and leads you to the stables where you may equip yourself with horses and saddles and trail rations and everything you will need for next time on the quest for competence. Thank you all for joining us. Get out there and pick up some of the books by the fantastic authors here, including me. And get your tickets for Authors and Dragons Con, and also join us on our Facebook. And if you are in our Patreon, and if you're not, why not? If you're in our Patreon, on our Discord, send us questions for next time about these ridiculous characters that we've come up with. And starting with next episode, we will have a question time at the end of every show. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons!
Obviously, I am unaroused.